In this video, we're going to learn about margins, undo, cut, copy, and paste, and keyboard shortcuts. First of all, what is a margin? The margin is the white space around your document. So the space between the edge of your paper, right here, and where your words begin. Now there are some default settings in Word regarding your margins. And when I say default, that means the setting that has already been made when you open the program. So what we want to do in order to change our margin is we have to change our tab. Right now you can see everything we've done has been on the Home tab. We need to go to the page layout, over here to the margin, and then we're going to change the margin to normal, which says 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. So that means 1 inch from the top of the page to the text, 1 inch from the bottom of the page to the text, 1 inch from the left, 1 inch from the right. And you can see there are different settings. There's narrow and moderate and wide. And if you come down here to custom margins, you can set it whatever you want. When I was in school, my teacher liked it to be 1.5 inches on the left and the right, and 1 inch on the top and the bottom. That leaves them plenty of space to write you comments on your writing. The next thing we need to know is how to fix our mistakes using undo. So let's say that we have our text highlighted and we're going to make some, we're going to be changing our font, and we accidentally hit the wrong key. Our text is gone. Rather than panic, all we need to do is undo what we just did. If you go all the way up here to this left arrow, that says undo typing. And if I click on that, it undoes my last keystroke. This one is redo. It sends you back to the one that you did do. So we're going to undo, and then notice there's a little drop down here. If you click on that drop down, you can see all the things that I've done, and you can undo all the way back to the beginning of that document. There is a keyboard shortcut for undo. Do you see where it says undo page setup, and then it says Control CTRL plus Z? What that means is that instead of hitting that button, let's say I accidentally delete this again, but if I hold down if I press on the button that says Control or CTRL and press the Z key, it brings it back. It undoes the last thing. Now, that Control Z is very nice to know because in almost all programs, whether you're using Windows or Macintosh, Control Z will undo the last step. Something else that we'll need to know how to do is how to move text. Let's say that I want to change our writing here. I want to make this one that says to try to render the bacteria. I want this to be my first paragraph. I would want to move it. Now, in order to move it, I need to cut this section out. To cut something, there's a couple different ways to do it. First of all, we have up here in this section under our Home tab, we can use the little scissors to cut, or what we can do is we can use our mouse and right-click on the text. That means the right side button, and I can hit cut here, or I can use the keyboard shortcut. Notice if I go over here and go to cut, that will work as well as my keyboard shortcut, which is Control, holding down the Control again with my pinky and pressing X. So I've cut that text. Now where did it go? It's in a part of the computer's memory called the clipboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go insert a space, and now I'm going to paste it. The computer is not showing it yet, but it remembers that text. I can click paste right here. Say it's got a little picture of a clipboard. I can right click with my mouse and paste it, and there's a couple different options there. Or what I will generally use is that keyboard shortcut, which is Control V to paste. Now why Control V? If you look on your keyboard, you see on the bottom row that Z, X, C, and V are all beside each other. And that's why we use the Control V, because it's beside the letters that we're using for other things. Control C is to copy something, just like copies up here. Now it's grayed out right now because I don't have anything selected. Now copy, if I were to copy something, let's take this first line. If I were to copy it and then paste it, look what it does. To try to render, to try to render. When you copy, it leaves the text where you copied it from because you're just making a duplicate of it, and it adds an additional copy, as opposed to cut, which will actually move it. And I'm going to undo that because I really don't want to have it that way. I'm going to undo it one more time, and now we're back to where we were. Don't forget those shortcuts. They can be a great time saver.